both of these mics right in just a moment. In just a moment. One second. Okay, that's good enough. All right, I was trying to figure out if I was gonna keep my hair up here. Put it down. Lord bless me. Guess I'll put it down. As you're coming in, please hit the like button. Okay? If you have not registered, is this unprofessional, you all? If you have not registered for my webinar, Navigating Grief Through the Holidays, I feel like I should have let my hair stay up. Navigating Grief Throughout the Holidays, make sure you register for that. It's going to be on October 30th, 7 p.m. Okay? There's no replay. You have to be in the building. A lot of people get depressed, they get sad around this time going into the holidays, and not just because of, I should have kept my hair up, not just because of the death of someone. Sometimes people get sad, they get depressed because they're grieving timelines, they're grieving plans where they thought they would be by now. Okay, so we're going to address that. Back up because I feel like I'm all in the camera. Oh my God. What's up, Candace? I don't know what I just dropped. Oh my goodness. Okay. Candace, I was just saying I should have left my hair up. Now I feel like I should have left it up, but whatever, we're here now. We're not going to focus on that. Let's talk about why you keep apologizing for pain you didn't cause. Can y'all hit the like button, share this out, put it in the group chat? Y'all know y'all got group chats with your little girlfriends. Put it in the group chat, okay? We're going to talk about why you keep apologizing for pain you didn't cause, and why the people who love you keep paying for what others did to you. I'm going to try to make this live a little bit shorter, so y'all gonna have to listen fast or catch the replay, okay? That's the goal, is to make it a little bit shorter. All right, if you were on live yesterday, it was really, really, really good. Make sure you catch that replay. All right, and if what I said just pierced your heart, please know that you are in the right room. You're in the right room. Come on, don't embarrass me here. Don't embarrass me. All right, so she promised that she would not be like her mom. But the day she snapped, I know the term we're using now is crash out. The day she crashed out and slammed that door, that echo was hauntingly familiar. Okay? This is what unhealed trauma does. It echoes. Thank you for the hearts on YouTube. It echoes. So again, we're not here to shame you. We're here to stop the bleed together. Okay? We're here to stop the bleed together. If you're ready to heal in the chat, drop it in the chat. Just say, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to heal. Drop it in the chat. For those just joining, my name is Renisha. I am an inner healing coach. I help high achieving women who look pretty, polished, flawless on the outside, but on the inside, they're quietly crumbling. I help them unlock. I like that. Unlock their peace, clarity, and emotional freedom. I'm also the creator of the Clarity Reset. This is my 7-day program. I guide you day by day. I help you rewire your nervous system. I pull you out of survival mode so that you can finally feel safe and peace again. Okay? Thank you, Candace. All right, so today's mission, we're going to expose how hidden wounds, your hidden wounds, leak into love, leadership, and even friendship. And I'm going to teach you how to stop making good people pay for your pain. Been there, done that, okay? So before we talk about healing, we have to understand what's actually happening. So we're going to talk about the psychology of emotional bleeding. You need to know what is going on beneath the surface, because what you're just calling, oh, this is just how I am. This is just how I am. Some of you all, you've heard that for generations in your family. Well, that's just how my mama was, and that's how my grandma was. That's how my aunties were. That's just how we are. No, 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 no. This is unprocessed pain. A lot of times it's unprocessed pain, it's unprocessed trauma, and it's running the show because you're saying, oh, that's just how I am. It's not. Okay. What's up, TikTok? Hit the like button as you come in on TikTok. All right. So unhealed, and please make sure you have your notebooks so that you're taking notes, you all. Unhealed trauma is pain that your body remembers even when your mind tries to forget. If you don't process it, you will project it. Okay? When emotional pain starts to linger, your nervous system never stops scanning for threats. Some of you, you're dealing with this right now. That's why when you get into a healthy relationship, you can't relax. Let me move this mic up some, y'all. Let me know if y'all start hearing feedback from the two mics since they're so close to each other. Let me know if you hear something. Your nervous system, it keeps scanning for threats, right? So you get in a healthy relationship, you can't relax. Your body doesn't trust peace. This is not okay. So it creates this split. You end up overreacting to safety, but then when you're in real danger, you underreact. You expect betrayal from everywhere, everybody. You're walking around saying, I can't trust nobody. Okay? This is your nervous system. So also, when someone is kind to you, you don't even trust that. You're waiting for people to switch up. It's like you're waiting for them to betray you. You can't handle somebody being nice. They don't want anything from you. They're just nice. But you don't know how to accept that, okay? You start to feel anxious when things get too calm because to you, calm feels foreign. You're not used to it, okay? So you keep thinking that you're safe. At the same time, you're punishing people for not being perfect. Nobody's perfect. All the perfect people, raise your hands. All the perfect people, comment in the chat. Nobody's perfect, okay? So you can't punish people for not being perfect. And then some of you, you have the audacity to call it standards. Oh, I just have high standards, okay? But sometimes this is just self protection and it's dressed up as discernment. Do I need to turn my light on? I shouldn't have to turn my light on already. It's self protection dressed up as discernment, you all. Let me know in the chat, has anybody ever felt like normal love was unsafe? I know I've dealt with that. Y'all know I don't care about telling my business. Has anyone felt like normal love was unsafe? That's not discernment talking, that is your nervous system. I don't know if I just have this camera angle better focus, Renisha. All right. So let's visualize something. I was going to use some lipstick to do this, but I want you to look at your hand, okay? Look at your hand and visualize like this deep cut in the middle of your hand. A deep cut, just bleeding, blood's just gushing. If nobody ever cleans that cut, if they never clean it, they never clean up the wound. It doesn't matter who touches it and how gentle they do it. Every touch is going to hurt. Why? Because nobody took the time to address the wound. Nobody cleaned it up. So it doesn't matter. A newborn baby can start playing with your hand. It's going to hurt, right? It's not because the person was wrong. It's because the wound is still open. Does that make sense? Candy said, I've been there before. Girl, listen. Does that make sense? So this is what trauma does to your heart. It turns care into pain and love into pressure. Pressure? Mm. Okay. So I want you to type one word in the chat. How does your pain show up in your relationships? Or if you're like, girl, I already went through all of this, I'm healed, I'm good now. fine. How did it show up before? Let me know. Did it show up as YouTube? Let me know. Can you still hear me on YouTube? I got a call. Let me know if y'all can still hear me and see me on YouTube. Before I continue, can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, so I'm going to take the heart as you can hear me and see me. So I'll say it again. Let me know. Type one word in the chat if you're able to type. I know some of you all are busy, some of you are driving. Please don't try to type to me and drive. How does your pain show up in relationships? If you've already gone through this, how did it show up in relationships? Did it show up as fear? Did it show up as control? Did it show up as anger, withdrawal, or silence? How did it show up? I'll give you an example, a personal example. If you all kind of still don't understand what I'm asking, you know what? I dropped makeup on my dress. Y'all just ignore it. Okay. Anyway, for me, it used to show up as fear. Thank you for liking the live. I can't see who that is, but thank you for liking the live on TikTok. So for me, my pain used to show up in relationships as fear. I had a fear of being vulnerable. I had a fear of trusting people. You already know. Well, those that have been following me, you already know. I said if I can't trust my own mama, I can't trust nobody. Okay. It also showed up for me, it would show up for me as self-sabotage. How many of you can relate to that? Self-sabotage. Baby, the way I used to sabotage stuff, I'm gonna just go ahead and get you out here. I'm gonna just go ahead before you can hurt me. Let's just move it right away, okay? Self-sabotage. Even if the self-sabotage was just in my mindset, not believing I was worthy of being loved well and things like that. Okay. So Candace said it showed up for her as frustration. I can see that, Candace, with anger. I can see that. I can see that, sis. So for me, it was really big on the fear of being vulnerable, the fear of trusting, and self-sabotaging. That's how mine showed up. Okay. But when you start to become aware of this is when your healing begins. You cannot heal from anything you choose to ignore. I keep telling you all that. I don't see how I'm 12 minutes in already. Okay. So now that we understand how we bleed emotionally, let's talk about how it shows up. All right. I need y'all to write down what I'm about to say. This is the 12-minute, 49-second mark, just in case you have to come back to this and write it down. Write this down. Trauma always tells on you, even when you think you're hiding it. I'm going to say that again because I need you to write that down. Hold on. Trauma always tells on you, even when you think you're hiding it. That's why I keep telling you all, those of us that are doing the work to heal, those of us that are prophetic, we can pick up on it no matter how much you try to hide it. Even if we don't say anything, we can hear the trauma, we can see the trauma. Trauma is always going to tell on you. Okay? So you cannot heal from, we're going to go through the patterns of bleeding in love. Okay? You can't heal from what you keep blaming, minimizing, or burying behind spiritual phrases. Stop burying your trauma behind spiritual phrases. God, religion, the church, baby, you got to deal with it, all right? So, we're going to look at 3 ways we bleed on people who actually love us. I'm going to give you all 3 different patterns. Write these down or come back and take notes later, all right? 3 different patterns of how we bleed on people who actually love us. Pattern number 1, the overgiver. You love doing things in excess, hoping it's going to buy you some form of security. Okay? You give, you give, you give, you pour until you're empty, and then you turn around and call it loyalty. How are you more loyal to others than you are to yourself? Make it make sense, please. I'll wait. Okay. So overgivers, they're normally formally fixers or peacemakers. They confuse self-sacrifice with love, and in their minds, peace means pleasing everybody else first. That's how they process the concept of peace, saying yes to everybody else first, okay? So their nervous system equates chaos with connection. This is why they tend to overextend themselves because they're trying to avoid abandonment. We're talking about the overgiver, okay? You'll drain yourself dry. Those of you that fall in this category, you end up draining yourself dry and calling it loyalty. But boundaries, that's what's going to heal you. You have to learn how to set and stick to boundaries if you're an overgiver. All right. I also need you all to remember that boundaries are not rejection, boundaries are protection. Say that out loud. Boundaries aren't rejection. Boundaries are protection. Okay? So every no you give is a yes to your peace. This is for the overgivers. Drop a teardrop in the chat. Uh-oh. If you ever overgave, just hoping they would stay with you. You just overgive. I don't want them to leave me, so I'm just gonna overgive. All right, that's pattern number one. Let's go to pattern number two. Pattern number two is the performer. The performer. The performer becomes what everybody else wants. They feel unseen. All right. So performers are experts at emotional shape shifting. Performers tend to adjust their tone, they adjust their style, and even their needs so that they can earn the love and approval of others. I didn't do that for a good one, but for a crappy, ooh, girl, we're not even gonna start because I was talking about girl. I almost called his name yesterday. I was talking about the one I thought I was just knew I was gonna marry. Honey, he had the little wedding. I got our wedding planned out. How much do I need to save? Okay, which he had the bag anyway. He had the bag, but he couldn't stop cheating anyway. So yeah, doesn't that hurt? And that's another thing I used to struggle with, Candace. I'm like, Lord, I know. So I used to have like these huge walls up, right? I'm gonna just pretend it's me and you, Candace, and nobody else talking anyway. So I used to have these huge walls up, right? But I promise you, after these men, what's up, TikTok? After they were able to get through, get over, and break down these walls, I'm a teddy bear. I'm just as sweet. I don't cause no problems. I be chilling for real, minding my business. And I be loving real hard, like real hard, like real hard. Baby, after I went through that whole situation, and I'm like, it is low key exhausting thinking about the fact that I could open myself up like this again, become vulnerable again, love this hard again, and it still not work. Baby, I don't care how people try to front. What's up, Dr. Audrey? I don't care how people try to fake the funk. That's scary. I'm gonna do it anyway, but that's scary. And my God, he didn't deserve it. Anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, we're talking about performers, the performer. So the performer, they try to earn love or approval, and deep down, they fear being fully seen. They feel like if they just be themselves around people, that's going to lead to people rejecting them. So that's why they conform to whoever is around them and what they desire. Okay. So for performers, you're an expert at earning love. You're an expert at this is something else y'all need to write down if you're a performer. You're an expert at earning love, but you're a stranger to receiving it. It's really hard for you to receive. Oh, but you can perform like a circus monkey. I'm not calling you a monkey. I'm just saying you performing like a circus monkey. Okay? So Normally, also with performers, maybe as a child, you had to stay quiet or be perfect in order to keep the peace. So now, as an adult, you're performing peace instead of just living in it. You shouldn't have to fight. You shouldn't have to earn peace. You should just be able to live in it, just be. Okay? So I need the performers to know you don't have to audition for affection. You don't have to audition, okay? Healthy, write this down, y'all. Write this down. We're at the 20 minute, 35-second mark. If you need to just write that number down and come back to it later. Healthy love doesn't need performance, it needs presence. Write that down. Healthy love doesn't need performance, it needs presence. Okay? So we're talking about the patterns of bleeding in love. Some of y'all be talking about, I'm so drunk in love. I'm falling in love. Okay, well, some of y'all bleeding in love. So pattern number one was the overgiver. Pattern number two was the performer. Now I'm about to give you pattern number three. Here we go. Pattern number three, the protector. Candace say, I'm fitting to go. Girl, me too. Pattern number three, the protector. So with the protectors, with Candace, all I can say is I can't wait to get in that space again, baby. I cannot wait to get in that space again. All right, so the protector, you withdraw and you call it peace, but it's really distance. All right, so protectors normally they grew up in emotional chaos or neglect. So they equal closeness with danger. All right, so they use control, logic, or silence to stay safe. In their minds, in the protector's mind, avoiding conflict equals healing, but it's really just suppression. And I told you all, that stuff will make you sick. I've shared the story about how I suppressed grief when my daddy died. And then when I finally went to therapy a gazillion years later, after the first session talking about that, I was sick as a dog, whatever that means that night. What's up, TikTok? All right, so you can't suppress this stuff. You have to address it. Write this down. We're at the 22:44-second mark. If you need to come back and get it later, write this down. Numb isn't healed. Numb isn't healed. It's just a quieter form of pain, y'all. Write that down. Numb isn't healed. I went through a whole, I don't know how many years, I was just numb. Numb. Okay? Just because you're numb doesn't mean you're healed. It's just a quieter form of pain. So you like to say, oh, I'm just private. No, baby, you're scared to need somebody again. Been there, done that. I'm telling you, I'll be telling you all my business. You're scared to need somebody. That's one lesson God taught me so bad when I moved to Chicago. I'm not going to go through that whole story. It's too much. But when my whole situation with how I came up, blah, blah, whatever, right? But I was so independent. I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna need nobody. Like I'm gonna just get it and I'm gonna get it on my own. However, baby, when I moved to Chicago, oh no, he taught me, honey, you need people, and I'm going to show you that you need people. I don't care who hurt you. I don't care what your mama did or anybody else. You need people. God made us to need people. We see influences all the time. Successful, I'm gonna do it like this. Seemingly successful influencers. They have the house, the cars, the bank account, the body. Some of them went and got their body done. They're seemingly successful, but they're telling you that you don't need friends. They're talking about how, yeah, I cut all these people off. Girl, you don't need nobody. Let me tell you something. That is trauma speaking, and it's speaking loud. Now, it's one thing if you have a toxic friend circle and you cut them off to get healthy friends, okay. But if you're out here teaching that you don't need friends, you don't need nobody, get it yourself, and your life is going to flourish. No, that's trauma, and I've seen people do that. I've seen people say that on social media, and I'm looking like, boo, you so traumatized, and these people praising you. You have deep-seated trauma. You need to heal. You need to get in therapy. So just in case you're watching and you think you don't need people, I'm telling you, you need a therapist because you do. Where was I? Oh yeah. So we're talking about the protector. All right. You can't experience real love while you're emotionally absent. Even God needs people. Okay. You better clock it. Dr. Audrey said, even God needs people to work through. So why would you figure you won't need people, baby? And there's so many people. God is God. And if he needs people, then you do. You ain't God. I know it's a whole religious sect out here that teaches you that you're God. No, you're not. Okay? So you can't experience real love while you're emotionally absent. A lot of times people like to talk about, oh, I always attract emotionally unavailable men, emotionally unavailable women, but you got to start looking at yourself. Are you emotionally absent? All right. But then you're turning around complaining about not having real love. Okay. Write this down. Write this down. We're at the 26-21 minute mark. Peace isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of safety. Write that down. Peace isn't the absence of people, it's the presence of safety. And I get it. Sometimes it feels scary, even when we get down to the affirmations. I'm going to share something that God revealed about some of you watching now or watching the replay. I said the affirmation, and God was like, so I put the note in there. We're going to get there, all right? So I know it can seem scary, especially when you're used to chaos. But listen, even when peace feels scary, embrace it anyway. You deserve peace. You deserve peace. You deserve peace. Say that out loud. You deserve peace. You deserve peace. All right? Sorry for clearing my throat in your ear. All right? So you can't pour from a wound and expect to build a well. That's something else y'all can write down at the 27-minute mark. You can't pour from a wound and expect to build a well. Okay? So I want you all to think about this. Think about your last disagreement that you had with anybody. Doesn't matter who. Just think of your last disagreement. Ask yourself, was I reacting to that person, or was I reacting to something that happened to me years before? Even going forward, you can ask yourself that, okay? In the moment, was I reacting to this person specifically, or am I reacting to something that happened to me years ago? Okay? This is how you're going to break the cycles. You have to learn how to name where these reactions are coming from. You have to become self-aware, you all. You have to become self-aware. There is no way you can heal without becoming self-aware. Okay? So, what do you do when you finally realize that you've been bleeding on people who didn't cut you? You have to detox, not from them, but from the version of you that normalized pain. Okay? So if you're just joining, because I feel like I haven't reset the room. If you're just joining, my name is Renisha. I am an inner healing coach. Okay, today we're talking about how to stop bleeding on people who didn't cut you. I've talked about it before, how some of you all swear out you're so healed or there's nothing wrong with you, but all of the people in your circle know you're bleeding all over them, but they're afraid to tell you because they know that you're going to snap. You're going to crash out. See, me, I don't care. I'll just say it. I'll just tell you what you're going to do. Come through the phone and punch me? Okay, not worried. So that's what we're talking about right now, all right? We're not here to shame, Dr. Audrey. We're not here to embarrass you. We're not here to shame the version of you that survived, right? But we're here to help you become the version that thrives. I was in survival mode forever, you all. That is not God's plan for your life. He does not want you just surviving. He called you to thrive. He called you to live an abundant life in every area. In every, I don't know what these alerts are. In every area, He wants you to have abundance, 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 abundance. Okay? So if you know that you're ready to heal, type I'm ready in the chat. I'm about to give you the healing framework. Okay? I hope you're taking notes. I think I have 4 steps today. So here's a healing framework that you can use. Step 1, awareness. You have to own the wound. Write that down. Step 1, awareness. You don't have to relive it, but you can't heal if all you're doing is denying it. Okay? So some of you, you're just saying, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. Baby, your body doesn't even believe your words anymore. That's why everything is out of whack. You're saying you're fine. Your body knows you're lying because your body keeps track of trauma. All right. So awareness doesn't mean you're weak. It's the start of wisdom. It's not weakness. Okay. So ask yourself, and you all can write this question down so you can use it later. But ask yourself, when did love start to feel unsafe for you? You need to figure out what age. When did that happen? When did love start feeling unsafe? That's where you need to go back and start healing from, okay? And your answer doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be honest. So that's something you can use. Step two in this healing framework, responsibility. Responsibility. You have to reclaim your power. I need you to know it is not your fault, right? I say this all the time. You are not responsible for what somebody did to you, but it is your responsibility to heal from it, okay? So you're responsible to rebuild what trauma stole. Do you all understand what I'm saying? All of us have been through some type of trauma. Things that we had no control over. But we can control our future. our our future and the life we live, the peace we operate under, okay, we can rebuild what trauma stole. So playing the blame game, all that's going to do is keep you stuck in the story. You're just going to go in cycles playing the blame game, all right? Responsibility is going to put you back into the driver's seat. Thank y'all for, I'm telling y'all on YouTube, when I don't ask y'all to hit the like button, y'all hit it. Thank you for hitting the like button. I'm going to just stop asking y'all because that's when y'all go crazy with the like button. When I don't ask, I don't understand. All right. So you may not have caused the wound, but you're the only one who can decide this ends with me. Okay. So type rebuild in the chat if you're going to stop waiting on closure and start creating peace. Because y'all have got to stop waiting on closure, waiting for people to come back to and apologize to you. Some of these people, it's never going to happen. Some of them are even dead. They literally can't come back. Okay. So that's step 2 in the healing, with this healing framework. Step 3, repatterning. Repatterning. This is going to be you practicing healing in real time. You got to do it over and over and over. You want to practice everything else. But then when it comes to your healing, you think it's just going to be this one-stop shop. I'm going to just do this for 5 minutes and it's going to heal 50 years of trauma. Baby, it does not work like that. You have to practice over and over and over and over again, okay? So when you feel triggered this week, what is today? Today Wednesday. Y'all know I get lost in time. When you get triggered this week, don't run from it. I want you to learn how to regulate it, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna pause before you speak, before snapping, before crashing out, you're going to pause. You're going to breathe before you start blaming them. Okay. And this is how you're going to retrain your nervous system in real time. It's not hard. We try to make stuff hard. It's not hard. So when you catch yourself this week starting to project, I want you to rephrase it. Instead of saying, you made me feel blah, 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 you're going to say, you're going to pause, breathe, and you're going to say, I feel XYZ instead of you made me feel. Y'all see the difference? Great. All right. So this small shift is going to turn conflict into connection. Okay. It's not about being right. It's about being real. It's not about being right. It's about being real. And then there's step four. Step four. Step four is regulation. So this is where you're going to learn how to anchor safety within yourself. Regulation. All right. Y'all, peace lives in your nervous system, not in another person. Okay? Peace lives in your nervous system, not in another person. Some of you have heard men say things like, I just need a woman to be my peace. You got to be my peace. Honey, I understand what they are trying to say. I completely understand. However, I need a man who knows how to bring peace himself without a woman or anybody else. If that man does not know how to create peace in his own world by himself, because how you a grown man and you waiting on a woman to come be your peace? It doesn't happen like that. Peace lives in your nervous system, not in anybody else. All right. I have a mini grounding exercise for us. All right, or for those of you that want to participate, take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. All right, unclench your jaw. Release your shoulders. Some of you may want to turn your neck from side to side. Release all that tension, and then put your hand on your heart. I'm sorry, that was my microphone. Put your hand on your heart and just say, "I'm safe here." Dr. Audrey said, "Come on, just say I'm safe here." So we're gonna do it again. All right, take a deep breath. Release it. And say, I'm safe here. I told you I can't do this too many more times because I'll fall asleep. The doctor said that's why people need to get the clarity reset. You were taught so much. I'm trying to tell you. Thank you, Dr. Audrey. Dr. Audrey said y'all need to get the clarity reset. Don't worry, I'm gonna start pushing it. I saw a reel that came up that says you need to start pushing your product like they did crack in the 80s. That's what I'm about to do. Prepare to be sick of me. I'm like, I know this is a good product. Like, just prepare to be sick of me. I just got to get it in the people's hands, okay? It will shift, change, enhance your life. All right, so your body has to learn what your mind keeps praying for, peace. You keep saying you want peace, you keep praying for peace. You have to train your body to accept peace, to embrace peace, and you have to train your nervous system to know that you're deserving of it, okay? You can't experience lasting love if your nervous system still thinks it's in a war zone, people. All right? You're not fighting anymore. You don't have to fight anymore. I pray to God you're not in a relationship um, that makes you think you have to fight for love, earn love, and all this stuff. I pray you're not in a relationship like that, okay? I pray that you all are in relationships that make you feel safe in every area, all around. All right? So, I need you all to stop bleeding where God is trying to stitch. Stop bleeding where He is trying to stitch. Okay? So now that you've seen the patterns, okay, I know that's right. Dr. Audrey said, yes, I am. I know that's right. Now that you've seen the patterns, you learn the framework. We're going to seal it with words. Why? Because words healed, sorry, words healed. What you repeat, you remember. Words are powerful. Those of you that believe in God, we know He created the whole earth, the whole world by using words, okay? Words are powerful. So I need you to sit up straight. Relax your shoulders. Dr. Audrey said, finally. All right. You've already done the hard part. Listen at me, y'all. You've already done the hard part. You looked at the wound. Some of y'all, if you weren't here earlier, you don't know why touching my hand, but you looked at the wound. So now we're going to speak life into the woman who's learning to heal, okay? But stop saying all of this stuff is hard. This is why you're having issues accomplishing certain things because you keep saying it's hard. Stop saying that. Healing is hard. Healing is hard. The hardest part is acknowledging that you need to heal. Have you done that? Okay, great. Everything else is going to be way easier. You understand? All right, so I have affirmations for you because we all know the power of life and death. It lies in your tongue. So, the first affirmation, I need you all to repeat after me. All right? Say, I'm not in pain. I'm proof that healing is possible. Even if I'm still healing, I'm still becoming whole. All right, so I need you all to remember you're not what happened to you, you're what's happening through you. Affirmation number 2. All right, this may trigger some of you. I'll explain, but take a deep breath. Affirmation number 2, repeat after me. I don't punish safe people for wounds they didn't cause. Now, like I said, when I was doing my notes for this and I came to this affirmation, it's almost like I wanted to burst into tears, and God was letting me know that some of you, I don't know if you're watching live or you're going to be on the replay, but some of you, you were violated as a child. And because of this, you don't think that anybody is safe. I get it. Okay. So that's another thing you're going to have to work through. But I promise you, every person is not like the one who violated you. Okay? So we're going to repeat this again. Make sure you take a deep breath. Okay? So repeat after me. I don't punish safe people for wounds they didn't cause. Repeat after me. Love doesn't have to prove it's safe. I get to feel safe first. All right. So that affirmation was for the version of you who kept pushing people away because pain felt familiar. Let's go to the next affirmation. Repeat after me. My presence is safer when my peace is built from within. I don't wait for people to calm me down. I regulate peace from the inside out. Okay, and the last affirmation. My healing shifts every relationship I touch. I'm going to say that again. My healing shifts every relationship I touch. I'm not breaking, I'm rebuilding. Candace said, woo. All right, now let me say this because that one is kind of tricky. I can admit, right? So, some of us, I don't want to, some people use the term healers. I am not a healer. I have a healing anointing. There's a difference, okay? So, there are some of us that we just have a healing anointing, a healing grace. So, when we're around people, they can feel that. They may say every time you come around, it's like I forget about everything. I just feel so much peace and all of that. The reason why I say this is tricky is because you have to take accountability and responsibility for your healing because there was a time where I was just suppressing stuff or saying, oh, that doesn't bother me, I'm good, right? And I was in a relationship with these men that would tell you Renisha was amazing and there was just so much healing, and every time she's around me I feel peace. That's why they try to come back even after we break up and all of this, not trying to be cocky, like it just is what it is, right? But I wasn't healed. I was still suppressing stuff, but because of the anointing, right, the healing anointing, they were still able to benefit off of that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So, like those same men, if they came back today, they would be able to tell the difference, even though back then they would say how I just feel so much peace when I'm around you. I feel this, I feel that. I know you pray for me. Is that making sense, y'all? So, this is why I'm like, you still have to be accountable, and you still, no matter what the people around you are saying. I've been helping people. I didn't just start this. I've been doing this all my life, right? But it was two different versions of me. You understand? Does that make sense? Great. All right. So when a healed woman walks into a room, the atmosphere changes. You are that woman. If you are a man watching this, when a healed man walks in the room, okay, the affirmation changes, the atmosphere changes. All right. People know. They know. I know when I'm talking to a healed woman or a woman that's healing or a man that's healing, and I'll see it on social media where well, I like to scroll rooms on TikTok, and I'll hear men talking that are healed, grown men, and how the women just attack them. You think da 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 da, and I'm like, you can't even recognize a grown man that is sitting right in front of you. That man is healed, baby. But you are just so traumatized and triggered because you don't want to take the responsibility to heal for yourself. So now you're projecting on this man. Please don't be like that. And a lot of these women will be in whole relationships. But I'm gonna keep going. All right, I'm almost done. So I want you all to pick one of these affirmations, make it a graphic, post it on your TikTok or your IG story, tag me in it, okay? So I can celebrate your healing with you. Comment, put in the comments healed woman era. If you are a woman who is watching this live or you're going to catch the replay, just comment healed woman era. If you're a man, healed man era. Okay? Or grown man era. I like the way grown man's era sounds. My God, that happens way too often. Absolutely. All right. So comment healed woman era. And now we're going to talk about how do we keep this healing going, not just tonight, but every single day after this. Can I put my microphone back on? Healed woman era. I know that's right. Period, Pooh. All right. So if this hits you deep, that's your soul asking for more. Okay. Awareness without action is just going to have your pain on replay. Healed woman era. I know that's right, Candice. All right. So you have to choose healing, not hope. You have to choose. You have to choose. You have to make the decision, you all. I promise you, if you continue to choose to heal every single day, your nervous system is going to come into alignment. Let me tell y'all really quick what happened to me last night. So after I got live, went live, did all of the things, I was like, okay, I'm tired. And just the way my brain works, I'm like, I need to record this reel, I'm behind on this, I need to do that. And I'm like, but I'm so tired. And all of these lives talking about trauma every single day. This is a lot. Okay, this inner healing thing. I love to help people heal, but this is a lot, right? So I made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take some deep breaths. I'm not doing any more work tonight and tomorrow. All of this work that I have planned, I'm not doing it. All I'm doing tomorrow is going live. I'm going to rest and I'm going to go live. I was going to record like 14 to 21 reels today. But I was like, no, I said I'm going to rest and I'm going to do my live. That's it. That's the decision I made last night. Within a few minutes after taking those breaths and making that decision, when I tell y'all, I don't know how I fell asleep that fast. I don't have issues sleeping, but I fell asleep so fast and woke up hours later and I was like, wait a minute. My body felt different. Why? Because I made the decision to rest and my nervous system was like, girl, thank you, because what are you doing? All right. So healing is a decision. All right. You've already done the hard part. You face the truth. Now we're going to make sure that this live is not just another emotional high for you. That's going to fade by the morning. God just say, I know that's right, but period. Fell asleep so fast and woke up. Y'all know how y'all sleep so deep that you wake up confused. You're like, what day is this? baby. Just like that, though, I took control. Adding that to my affirmations. Awesome. All right. So the clarity reset, the clarity reset, the clarity reset is what you need. Let me pull it up and give it to you. The clarity reset is my 7-day program. It is an emotional and psychological detox. Y'all see how I have to close my eyes to stop stuttering? Don't ask me why. I don't know. But whenever y'all see me on these lives and I start closing my eyes, it helps me not to stutter. Believe it or not, I am a whole introvert. I don't know. All right. I thought yesterday. No, yesterday. What's today? Wednesday. Don't confuse me because y'all already know I get lost in time. The clarity reset, right? So this is going to help rewire your nervous system so that you start living from a place of clarity and not chaos. I'm going to help pull you out of survival mode. You're in survival mode. If these lives have been hitting you these last 4 or 5 weeks, even if you don't realize it, baby, you're in survival mode. Okay, so this is the woman who is tired of surviving. You want peace to feel normal again. All right. You can DM me the word clarity if you're on TikTok and you want it. If you're on YouTube, it's linked down below in the video, but I can also drop the link in the chat. Let me pull it up and I'm gonna show you what you're gonna get. There's no excuse. Like when I tell you, you have no excuse unless you just don't want to heal. Now I understand that there are a lot of people who say they want to heal, but they don't want to heal. They just like to hear themselves talk. I was about to say somebody just got it, but no, this is something else. My bad. All right. 1 second, y'all. Let me. I know that's right. And y'all need to get it at the price it's at now. The price is going up. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If y'all think I just be saying stuff like that as a marketing tactic, okay. Ask anybody who follows me. The price is going up, so get it at the price it's at now. Let me pull up the live and drop the link in. I don't know why I be acting like an old woman with these computers, y'all. When I started to major in computer technology or computer science, girl, please stop acting like somebody grandma. Anyway, the clarity reset. Let me tell you what we're gonna do day by day. All right, so you can pull it up when you download it. When you invest in it, you're going to download it. When you download it, you're going to save it to your desktop. Why? Because whenever you need to pull it out, you're not going to be scrambling or trying to send me a message because whenever you get any of my products, you automatically get access to DM me. You're not going to be messaging me talking about Renisha. Um, I need I need you to send me that clarity reset again because I can't find it. No, you're going to save it to your desktop. Okay, Candace. You're going to save it to your desktop so you can pull it up at any point. Okay. You're going to see the welcome, and then it's going to say how to use this reset. And I'm going to explain everything to you. So every day you're going to get a clarity check in. This is going to be your moment of awareness to notice what feels heavy, what feels unclear. Okay. After that, you're going to get opening insights. This is a short reflection that is going to reframe your perspective and calm your mind. It's going to help you, I promise. Then you're going to get reset practices every day. This is going to be gentle, actionable steps because you have to take action. Awareness is not enough. Accountability is not enough. There are people who can admit, yes, I need to do X, Y, and Z, but they still don't take action. So I give you action steps every day that's going to help your body release and integrate what your mind is processing every single day. You don't have to come up with it. All you got to do is be able to read. Hello? You're going to get reflection prompts. Y'all are hilarious. You're going to get reflection prompts. These are going to be guided journaling questions to deepen the emotional release and ground your new awareness. Okay, those are the main things, but I also have there's more, but those are the main things. All right, so day one, we're going to identify the weight. I'm going to help you put a name to whatever is weighing heavy on you, whatever you've been carrying that you should not have been. You're going to name that because you can't get free from anything that you keep denying. So that's day one. Day two is all about releasing it, releasing what's not yours. Day one, we name it. Day two, I'm going to help you release it. Okay. Day 3 is all about, what is day 3? Detoxing emotionally. What emotions have been living underneath the surface? What are you just suppressing? What are you trying to rationalize? That's what we work on day 3, okay? Day 4 is all about resetting your core, the core of who you are, God's original intent for your life. Let me tell you something. It is so hard to get people to believe you're actually worth this, that, and the third. You're worth more. You're worth having love. You're worth abundance. Okay? God actually wants you to have way more than what you're asking for. You're thinking too small. Listen, it's hard work. Day 4 is going to be all about resetting your core and bringing you back into that place. It's all about stillness. Day 5 is about addressing physical manifestations. Trauma gets trapped in your body. We're going to address that. Why are you having these headaches? Why are you having this back pain? You think something's wrong with you, or you're blaming it on your age when it really has absolutely nothing to do with your age. It's your trauma that's unhealed, okay? Day 6 is all about rebuilding boundaries. Some of y'all don't have them, but you need to get some. I need you to pick a boundary and stick to it. So that's what I help you with on day 6. And then day 7 is all about living this thing out. Okay. Not just going through this program for 7 days saying, oh yeah, Renisha, I completed it. No, baby, you're gonna live it. 7 years from now, you're gonna be able to come back and say, I'm so glad I bought this clarity reset. Okay. So if you know you need the clarity reset, I dropped the link in. The link has always been in the video, but I just dropped it inside the chat. Okay. The only people that don't need it are the people who already have it. This is your appetizer. Okay? This is what you're going to take before the main course. I'm about to do it again. And it's my program, but it works. And I promise you, I'm not just lying on here trying to get a sale. I promise y'all, it works. All right? So there's that. That's a clarity reset. Again, TikTok, you can DM me if you want it. Now, if you want more than just a surface level change, if you need somebody to help you walk, if you need someone to help walk you through this, sorry, y'all, above, over, and beyond the 7 days, you can apply for my breakthrough mastery. Okay. That is my 12-session private coaching experience. Now, I keep telling you all, Candace said it's life changing for sure. Thank you, Candace. Dr. Audrey said it truly does. I'm serious. Thank you, Dr. Audrey. Miss Pamela, I didn't even see you come in. Miss Pamela says, so proud of you. You've grown so much. Thank you, Miss Pam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like that's one of the biggest compliments a person can give you is that you've grown. Thank you, Miss Pam. Thank you. All right, Miss Pam, make sure you get my clarity reset now. All right. Y'all know my brain. Hold on. Did I miss any more comments? I didn't even see Miss Pam come in. Okay. Yes, breakthrough mastery. You have to apply for this, you all. You can't just, oh, I want break. No, you have to apply for this because I don't like my time wasted. What's up, Luke? Hey, Luke. I was talking to you about you today to somebody. I don't like my time wasted. I'm sure you don't like your time wasted. So after you apply, I'll read through your application. If I feel like we're a good fit, you can go ahead and set up your first session. If I don't, you'll be denied and you'll get all of your money back. Okay. So also when you book the breakthrough mastery or breakthrough pathway and you're accepted after our first session, you're going to get a digital journal, a digital journal. Okay. Breakthrough mastery, that's the 12 session one. So I give you 6 months to complete it. So you will get a digital journal based on whatever you need to walk through after our first session. All right, that's included. I'm good. How are you, Luke? You're at football? Okay. Well, we're at the end, Luke, but I was talking about you today to somebody. All right. So this one-on-one coaching experience, you all, is going to help retrain your nervous system. Of course, I'm going to be walking you through it. You're going to get mindset realignment and whatever else you need. This is really going to be based on the person. Nobody's coaching program is going to be the same. You're welcome, Luke. All right. Candace, I don't think you were here. Were you here that day when Luke was telling me, Candace or Dr. Audrey? He's a 13-year-old. I think he found my video when I was doing the father wounds thing. I said, Lord, I got to watch what I say if these babies is watching me. You're not a baby, Luke. You're not a baby. You're a young man. All right. So, y'all, this isn't for everybody. This coaching program is for the woman who's done pretending she is fine. If you're tired of pretending and you know the clarity reset alone is not going to get you where you need to be, apply for my coaching program. Okay? Now, I feel like I've been talking for 2 hours. My goal today was to get off here in 30 minutes. We are an hour in. All right? So I just need you all to remember this. Yeah, I didn't know either. I was like, Lord, I got to be careful what I say. Real love doesn't demand blood, y'all. Real love doesn't demand blood, only your willingness to receive. Of course, the replay is going to be available on my YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, you can always find my replays on my YouTube channel under live, where it says live. Okay. Um, Make sure you share this with a woman you love. Share it in your group chat. If you all know that these lives, these series have been blessing you, please, please, please. I know that's right, Young King. If you know that these lives have been blessing you, make sure you share it out. Y'all know what I've been dealing with on YouTube since November 2019. I'm really trying to break out of that. I don't even want to say what it is. So you sharing this, you commenting, you hitting the like button, this really helps me, okay? But I need y'all to share this with a woman or a man. Y'all know I say women because that's my following is pretty much all women, but I do have some men that come in here. All right. But healing isn't meant to be hoarded. Make sure you drop clarity in the chat. If you're going to step out of pain, if you want to step out of pain and make the decision today, drop clarity in the chat. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Drop clarity in the chat. Send this to your sister circle. Send this to your mans and things. All right. I need you to know you're not broken. You were just bleeding. Oh, he said, thank you, Candace. You're not broken. You were just bleeding. And tonight we stopped the bleed, okay? But now it's time to heal. Make sure you grab my clarity reset. You can send me a message at any time. After you grab it, you'll get access to DM me. If you're having a hard day, like Renisha, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You can send me a DM. All right. You literally get access on my website after you grab it. All right, so I'm done for today. This was a good live. Thank you to everyone who engaged in the chat. Thank you to everyone who hit the like button. Like I said, when I don't ask y'all to hit it, y'all hit it. So I'm gonna just stop asking y'all because you did your big one. We'll be here tomorrow talking about what are we talking about tomorrow? Make sure you have a good practice, Luke. I'm about to go. Let me see what we're talking about tomorrow. Ooh, okay, so tomorrow is all about how trauma affects your children. So if you have kids, if you know people that have kids, if you have nieces and nephews, anything like that, if you have kids in your family, how about that? Make sure you're on tomorrow. God is good. I know that's right, Dr. Audrey. Thank y'all for loving on Luke. Okay. So I'm going to see you on TikTok. I'm going to end that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to talk about how trauma is passed down to your children when you don't want to do the work to heal. Like I said, was it yesterday? Tell me you don't love your kids without telling me you don't love your kids. Because if you're not healing, you don't love your kids. Okay, I'm done. Bye.